Lake Victoria. The vast water body stretches as far as the eye can see. With a surface area of about 69,000 square kilometers, the Grand Old Lady straddles the three East African countries of Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania, sustaining the livelihood of the approximately 30 million people who live along her shores. Standing as the second largest freshwater body in the world, Lake Victoria is the perfect natural resource to attract increasing commercial activity. The lake provides a vehicle for trade, agriculture, communication, tourism, and not least, its renowned fishing industry. But her problems are as vast as her grandeur. The calm waters belie the secrets that plague this natural feature, for bubbling just beneath the surface is a tale of years of neglect, pollution, and the threat of extinction. Where commerce thrives, so does rapid urbanization and the mushrooming of unplanned urban settlements. This trend has placed huge pressure on the lake and triggered growing concern on the sustainability of this ecosystem. The cruel irony of this abundance of fresh water is that only a small fraction of the growing population in the lake basin has access to clean water and decent sanitation.
Here, we experience water shortages. Like right now, there is no water from the tap. If you go around all the estates, there is no water. That's why you see all these people have come here to get water from the lake for their use.
To this end, in 2004, UN Habitat partnered with the governments of the East African countries to launch the Lake Victoria Region Water and Sanitation Initiative. The Lake Victoria Region Water and Sanitation Initiative is a major program that will enable the secondary urban centres around Lake Victoria to achieve Target 10 of Millennium Development Goal number 7, to reduce by half the number of people without sustainable access to safe drinking water and basic sanitation by the year 2015.
The reason why we're going for secondary towns is that they're often the places that receive the least inward investment, and also the places where the capacity is least compared to the larger urban centres. So the idea was to develop an initiative focused on the smaller urban centres, delivering the MDGs effectively and ensuring that there's long-term sustainability to the interventions.
In addition to achieving MDG targets, the other guiding principle of the program's design is to foster regional cooperation through the exchange of expertise among the three East African countries.
I'm very pleased to actually say that, confirm that this program is now the East African Community Program. It has already been endorsed by the Heads of State Summit, and it is a standing agenda item on their meetings to monitor progress. So in terms of sensitization of the need to increase our efforts to deliver this MDG on target on water and sanitation, it is at the highest political level.
As the minister responsible for water in the special Lake Victoria and the hinterland, I think this project is going to help us to reduce on the degradation of Lake Victoria, in that if we handle the water supply, it will make sure that our people are healthy, can do their work, but then sanitation we'll make sure that at least the pollution that has been all along being washed into Lake Victoria will be handled effectively.
The Lake Victoria Region Water and Sanitation Initiative is unique in that it has adopted a genuine participatory approach to planning and implementation. The project is supported by innovative institutional structures in each of the project towns with broad representation from the community.
There's actually 3 levels. There's a multi-stakeholder forum, there's a project implementation units, and then there are the project management units which exist at the national level. So these institutional structures have been set up and they're quite innovative. They're very effective in making sure that there's extensive community involvement in the project. And this also will help to guarantee the sustainability of the program as we move forward.
The Multi-Stakeholder Forum is a platform that brings together various community members, particularly local women groups, local youth groups, vulnerable groups like orphan-headed households, widows, and the elderly. We have non-governmental organizations, the local media, the local private sector. The forum's responsibility is to provide feedback and also to regularly monitor program activities and to represent community interest in all the project activities.
The main thing we did was to enlighten the communities in the area where the water passes through their villages. We went to Kabare, Ihako, and Magata and called community meetings and spoke to them. So we called a meeting and met the local people and came to an agreement, and they said they were ready to look after the new water installations.
After the baseline surveys were conducted and stakeholders in all the 7 towns were consulted, work began on the first stage of the project. It primarily targeted the rehabilitation of existing infrastructure. These immediate physical interventions required limited capital investment but had a significant impact on the areas in which they were implemented. They laid the groundwork for the long-term interventions that are to follow.
We have already provided improved water supply service to about 115,000 people and improved access to sanitation for about 15,000. These are sort of quick fix activities, for example, installing new pumps at some of the intakes. We have also been able to construct public sanitation facilities in a number of areas, in marketplaces, in schools, in other institutions, health